Well, a court in Paris is due to issue a verdict in the case of vandalism at the capital's Holocaust Memorial today. The acts in question are believed to have actually been a part of a series of foreign destabilization attempts, including other incidents where pig heads were placed outside of mosques or coffins staged near the Eiffel Tower. Well, this time the accused also are from Eastern Europe, with 3 of them also allegedly having links to the far right. For more on this story, we're joined by Shirli Sitbon from our news desk. Hi, Shirli.
Hello.
So you've been following this case at the trials. What have you learned then from the testimonies?
Well, the French security services see a clear link between all of the cases you just talked about. In fact, one of the accused is actually involved in the case of the coffins placed near, right down from the Eiffel Tower. So what have we learned? It's the first time we get to listen to the people involved in such a cell. We know from security services that the alleged goal is to destabilize the country, trying to weaken the country, local governments, society, and pushing on various problems each country has. And for France, here it's hate crimes, anti-Semitism, and so this group staged this attack. Of course, they deny any wrongdoing. They said in court that they came because they were paid. Basically, they said that the red hands are a symbol for peace, a UN symbol. So various, explanations we heard in court, but we got a glimpse of what happened on that day. So they arrived like other teams, like other cells. This is the first time we're hearing a cell talking about this operation. They came from Eastern Europe to carry out an operation. And once it was done, once the security guard at the memorial saw them, they basically left France as quickly as possible. We had in court 3 men because one of them is still large, the 4th one. And one of them was the one who booked all the reservations, the tickets, the hotel stay. The others are the ones who sprayed the paint, the red hands, not just a few of them, 500 across several neighborhoods in Paris. And they ended with the memorial of the Holocaust, this wall of the just, the people who saved Jews during the war. Now, this is the first time that this center is being attacked. The center was created by resistance fighters during the war to collect as much evidence as possible of what was happening at that time. After the war, they created the memorial. It had never been attacked in such a massive way. There were death threats, things that happen elsewhere, but never has this happened before. And everyone there is pretty shook, and many people in Paris really shocked to see this type of attack. So what we know is that once this cell was seen by the guard, he called police. Police were able to try and trace them. They left the area, but police were able to locate their hotel using various CCTV footage from across the capital. They found out who they were. They had their phone lines. They saw what they had done throughout the day before. They knew that they went to the memorial hours ahead of the spraying, and so they planned this well ahead. In court, we heard them saying that, they were just drunk, walking around Paris. They saw a wall. They sprayed those hands. There was an empty wall right next to this one, which is not linked to the memorial. It was completely clean and empty. So, the accusation believes there's absolutely no doubt that they targeted this area once again to push on various sore points in France, show that there's anti-Semitism, create chaos, fear, and anger.
So, Shirley, take us through some of the other cases that are believed to be linked in a way to the wider objective of sowing chaos. There's the case, for example, of some fake local news sites.
Yes. We also talked about the mosques. That was also hate crime. At the first, we saw these heads of pigs outside several mosques. And again, security services, they saw that this is not a usual hate crime. Unfortunately, this has happened before, but not in this scale. That's what makes these cases different. This is a French news site talking about all these fake sites, more than 140, which were created in recent months. Fake local sites, because the French, they trust their local media. And basically in those sites, there are articles praising Russia, among all the articles, praising Russia, its great success in the war with Ukraine. and criticizing local government, French laws, which are against liberty, etc. Basically, this is before elections to sow distrust and discontent among voters. That's what security forces believe anyway.
And finally, Shirley, I mean, using hatred for political purposes, of course, isn't a new strategy, but the method used for this alleged foreign interference case was actually a surprise. Can you tell us more about why that is?
Yes, it was a surprise. The scope of it was a surprise. And also a double blow to people who are targeted. Not only is this a hate crime of, targeting Jews and Muslims in various cases, but also it spreads the idea that hate crimes are fake, because since it was carried out from outside and everybody says, well, maybe everything is staged. Maybe there is no anti-Muslim attacks in France. Maybe it's all false. Maybe there is no anti-Semitism. And actually, when this happened, when the spraying of various messages started, people were saying maybe it's Jewish people or maybe it's Israeli agents trying to sow chaos in France. So yes, a double attack. It's hate attack, but also it spreads the idea that there's a conspiracy, and it strengthens those theories that say there's no real hate in France.